This video will explain the submission process for centres on Researchfish. After researchers have accepted their invitations and you have created projects for them, the researchers will be able to access their projects and attribute outcomes to them. However, just doing these two things is not sufficient. They will also need to submit their projects to your centre. In order for them to be able to submit a project, it must be assigned to a submission period, and that submission period must be currently open. To create a submission period, under Eval, click on Active Submission Periods. On the following page, click on Add a new submission period. The subsequent page allows you to give the submission period a name and specify the start and end dates. After creating and saving a submission period, it can then be assigned to projects. This can be done when creating a new project, editing an existing project, or by using the Choose Action tool in the Awards section of Eval. Further information can be found in the separate videos for creating projects and overseeing projects respectively. If you have assigned a project to a submission period, then when the project enters the dates you've stipulated for that submission period, the researcher will see a Begin Submission Process button on their My Awards page. If they click on this, they then begin the process of submitting any projects you have created for them to your centre. Please note that when researchers submit in this way, only your centre will receive these submitted projects. After the deadline of the submission period you created has passed, you or another administrator at your centre will then in turn need to submit all of these projects to the funding organisation whom provided your centre with its block grant. In this sense, submission is actually a two-step process. First, you create an internal submission period in which researchers must submit, which sends their data to your centre. Then, after receiving all submissions from researchers and confirming all data is adequate, you or another centre administrator in turn externally submits all of this collected data to the respective funding organisation. You can only submit externally if the funding organisation has created an external submission period for your centre and you are within the external submission period dates they have stipulated. Your funding organisation will communicate this time frame to you. If your centre is within the time frame of an external submission period, you can click on Centre Submission in the navigation bar. You can then view a list of all of the projects and funding awards at your centre. You can also see if the PI's researchers have submitted or not. Please note that some information has been obscured in this video for security reasons. You will also be able to externally submit to the funding organisation at the bottom of the page. This will send all internally submitted data to them. We strongly encourage that when setting an internal submission period for your researchers, you set the end date at least a week prior to the start of the external submission period set by the funding organisation. This ensures that there is plenty of time for you to submit externally after collecting all internal submissions, and if you wish, even issue an internal deadline extension if any researchers are late or provide insufficient data in their internal submissions. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us via support@researchfish.com and we will be happy to help.